Ryan Day slipped him another something to say, hey, thanks for the commitment, but also let's cancel the trip. With all the money you guys are spending right now, but is it really that much of a surprise?
Say you are a lawyer, okay? Now, one firm, you may not get paid as much early, but you do know they are the best at their practice. Now, the other firm, they haven't had much success in, let's say, 20 plus years at your position.
Give that to you. Fantastic analogy. It was very good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Law firm A flipped you an extra signing bonus check
Okay.
to not go to interview at law firm B. That's what I'm saying. I don't think
Uh,
that's that crazy. Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of the Scarlet and Blue Show. Lots to talk about, Garrison. Lots to talk about. But
Yep.
before we kick off, sneak preview of a sponsor. Didn't finalize the details, but Dr. Bar Premium Vodka is a good
Sold in
sponsor
every
here.
single Meyer in the LP. If you
What's
don't
the
know what that
LP?
is, everyone, the LP is the Lower Peninsula, Michigan.
Okay.
The
Yes.
LP.
Yes. I I enjoy vodka I enough to know the difference between the really bad kinds and the really good
Yeah.
kinds. This is really good. Like this is actually good vodka. So if you've never got it before, Stock to Bar, SDB, go check it out.
Most definitely.
Most definitely. All right, Garrison, we got lots to talk about. I I think we can begin a lot of places. I think the first, well, let's start. We start with recruiting. Does that work?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So Michigan's finally picking up some traction on the recruiting trail. That's awesome. We could talk about that. But I think the first thing we got to talk about is the Quincey Porter commitment. Now, all you Bucknuts got after me for my take, and you disagreed on Twitter as
What
well.
was your take?
So Quincy Porter committed to you guys over the weekend, right? I think it was Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
He visited Columbus, and then the next day, I believe, he was supposed to go up to Ann Arbor. He committed to Ohio State and
Mm-hmm.
canceled his visit the next day at Michigan. So we'll start here. Is it crazy that a wide receiver commits to Ohio State over Michigan? Of course not. No, a highly rated wide receiver is going to commit to Ohio State. There's nothing new there.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought was just very interesting is that, and you and I have talked about this before, where we say, even if you're committed, it makes sense to go on other recruiting trips. You get
That's
free
true.
trips. You probably got pals that you're going to go with. You're making friends during the whole process. Go do the trips.
Yeah.
But I believe I have a take that I think is rooted in something that Ryan Day or somebody there slipped him another something to say, hey, thanks for the commitment, but also let's cancel the trip. With all the money you guys are spending right now, which again,
Yeah.
we've talked about, not saying it's a bad thing, but is it
Mm-hmm.
really that much of a surprise? Would it shock the world that much if that news came out? Your thoughts?
Okay. Let's say you are a lawyer, okay? You're coming out of
Okay.
college, um, and you're looking at two firms, all right? Now, one firm, you may not get paid as much early, but you do know they are the best at their practice. And by the time you leave there, chances are you'll either be a partner or you can go somewhere else and have a great job because their reference means something. The fact that you work for them means something. Or
Okay.
you can go to the other firm who doesn't have any they haven't had much success in, let's say, 20 plus years at your position.
Just,
They
third round draft
currently
pick.
they currently aren't uh let's say funding your section of the firm that much. and they don't produce much out of there. And you may now maybe you'll get some good money ahead of time. Maybe you'll get more chances to show yourself in court. But usually, Bryce, if you would take option A. You would take option A. And option A in this context is Ohio State, the
Okay,
Ohio
so
State
you
University. If
fantastic
you
analogy. I hate to give that to you. Fantastic analogy. It was very good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But it's not that's not necessarily what I'm saying. So basically if you're a recent law school grad, pass the bar, you're applying for jobs, you have
Mm-hmm.
interview A, and then you have interview B at rival company, at rival firm the next day. My point here is that law firm A,
We are nerding out right now, but keep going.
law firm A flipped you an extra signing bonus check
Okay.
to not go to interview at law firm B. That's what I'm saying. I don't
All
think
right.
that's that crazy.
All right. It's crazy for this. All right. Is it crazy? No. I won't
Thank
call
you.
it crazy.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
But compared to what I'm saying makes more sense to what you're saying. Or it's not, let's not say it makes more sense. I don't like the way it sounds. It's more plausible that what I'm saying happened. You,
Maybe.
and you haven't heard me talk about Quincy Porter much. I didn't think it was coming to Ohio State, but you go to Columbus and you see the cathedral of college football and the stained glass and the bell tower, and then you meet all these you see all the wide receivers that have come through there, going all the way back to Chris Carter, to Garrett Wilson, to JSN, to Martin, Ted Ginn Jr. You see all this. Why would you not want to come to Ohio State?
That's I
And
agree.
we're
I
gonna
get
throw
it.
we're gonna throw the ball.
You're gonna well not this year, but the
No,
coming years you're gonna be
I
slinging it.
think you still will. It's good. Hey, listen, you're gonna go there and compete for that position. Garrett Wilson talked about that a few weeks ago, maybe a week ago, about how being at Ohio State, like how it made him better because in that room, like everyone's trying to like learn from each other, do better than each other. It's real competitive in the wide receiver room at Ohio State.
True. True.
So,
All
hey
right.
man,
Well, I'm just saying.
pressure either crushes or make diamonds, and usually we make
I
diamonds.
I yeah. I don't again. I don't think it's crazy. There's no surprise that a top
You
grade
thought y'all was
top.
gonna you thought y'all was gonna top 10 wide receiver.
No, I think he was. I think you're looking forward to the
Uh
trip. You're
huh.
gonna go on the trip, and I think Ryan Day is like, all right, you're committed here. Like, here's the thing. I
You've
think
been
he
to
just as
Columbus,
well
Bryce.
committed.
Columbus is cooler than Ann Arbor.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No, it's not. Yeah, if you want,
yes,
it's
it
a
is.
big city now. It's not even like it's like Austin.
Ann Arbor is prissy. It's old. Smells no.
It's none of
The bar
that's
scene is
true.
trash. The bar scene is trash. Outside of Zingerman's, there's nothing else. It goes Zingerman's, then the big house.
I think Zingerman is overrated. It's too expensive.
That's crazy. That's crazy to say.
All right. Well, you
We'll put
comments.
a poll on. We'll
We
put a
had
poll on that.
100 comments in our last video. There was something sparked. I'm sure this will spark another conversation. Buckeye fans were all in my business. It was great, and they disagreed. And it sounds like you disagree. I don't think the take's too crazy, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We got Brady Hart, which is, by the way, the greatest Michigan name for a football player ever.
Yeah.
Brady
Yeah.
Hart, quarterback down in Florida. You have questions about his recruitment, don't you?
So we both know Clemson isn't big on NIL, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we both, well, Dabo isn't. Let's not say Clemson. Dabo isn't. But a kid like him, you got to offer him something, especially you get him out the state of Florida. I mean, you got Miami down there, Florida State. Heck, I'm sorry, did I say Miami?
Yep.
UCF.
UCF. Yep.
Yeah, and so I would imagine they had to offer him something, and and it's been confirmed, Bryce, by Michigan insiders. That you've listened to the Voice of College Football, Michigan is offering players, high school kids. They are.
Let's go. A little bit late to the party, but we're here.
You guys are just some broke boys. Huh? So, but
Evidently not. Now you can't say that.
no, you guys are millionaires, not billionaires. Um,
Fair.
and so my question to you is: do you believe Michigan gave the bag to Carter Smith? And if so, would you now stop this whole paying our players narrative? Like, will you stop it? Because even you know it's crazy and
Yeah.
it's pointless.
Dude, I've said to you, I said you pay the players. If you got the money, go do
Do
it.
you
I'm
think
not
I'm
saying
asking you? Do you think they threw him a bag?
I hope they did. I would assume
Mm-hmm.
I would assume they did because he's a top 150 recruit, right?
Yes.
He's the number seven composite. Yeah, number seven. So top
Yep.
10 quarterback in the
Well, I think
in
it's
the
like 6'5", 190. Skinny kid. He's got to fill out, but
yeah. He's got to put some meat on the bones.
he can't really
Um,
run, but he can throw. He can throw.
yeah, yeah. So did you hear? So yeah, to your question, did they give him bag? I would imagine you have to give him something.
Mm-hmm.
You have to entice the deal there.
Yeah.
So it looks like on three is Michigan, Notre Dame, Clemson, Miami.
And he did, and I didn't like the fact that listen, hey, like
Yes, I, I
like
I agree, but it was awesome.
like we offered the kid the day before. Like what?
Did you offer him
I,
though?
they offered him the day before
That
he
what
committed.
that did he offer? Did he get an
Sure,
offer?
we offered him. Bryce,
Yep.
do you know?
There you go.
Do you know how
There you
many
go.
play? Wait, Bryce, hold real quick. Do you know how many players these teams offer to? How many
Yeah,
kids? These kids? It's
I'm
like
just
in the
saying
hundred. It's in the hundreds.
he turned
It's
you
in
all
the
down.
hundreds. Well, and they turned you all down. What?
He turned you down. No,
Oh
I
God.
think I would imagine he got something. I hope he got something because that means
Yeah.
Michigan's NIL is pointing in the right direction.
Mhm.
Did you hear? And I don't know if this is true or not, but did you hear that he was on campus at Ohio State and JJ called him? Do you know if this is true? Can we confirm this report?
Yeah, I've seen it
It,
everywhere.
yeah,
That doesn't move me.
that's
I don't.
awesome. What a move. I mean, that's like if who's your big recruit next year? TCN? What?
Tavian
St.
Sinclair.
Tavian St. Clair. So TSC. I've seen that acronym.
He
Yeah, like if
outweighs
he's
that
at
kid, but he
Michigan,
outweighs that kid by 35 pounds.
he's a big boy.
That's
If he's
crazy.
visiting Michigan and CJ Stroud FaceTimes him, that's sick. Like that's pretty cool.
There's
Okay,
nothing
don't
I
be a
find.
hater. That's sick.
There's nothing I find cool about
Whatever.
JJ. I find nothing cool about JJ. So
Really? Not even the natty? Nothing cool about that?
this
Garrison?
is that's a cool team accomplishment
Yeah, led by the quarterback.
led by the running
So,
back.
and the defense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Michigan it feels like we're turning it on a little bit in the NIL department, which is so satisfying.
Yeah,
About
and I mean, if
time.
you look at the last, I mean, including JJ McCarthy's recruitment, that's three top 10 quarterbacks in 5 years.
It's pretty
So I
good.
mean, yeah, I mean, you guys had a little dip when you guys got Orgy and what's his name? I almost said
Donegal.
I almost said what's his nuts, but
Oh, you just said it. So
yeah, whatever. But no,
yeah,
I mean, no, you guys are creating. Do you think this is going to start to affect you guys getting wide receivers or not?
you would hope so.
Mm-hmm.
You'd hope it'd be a positive effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, I think this Brady Hart kid said he wants to start building the top class. And so we'll see how connected
That's
he
not gonna.
is.
Hey, Brady Hart, dude, you're a young guy, dream and dream big. But remember, a goal without a plan is just a dream. So, but that's never gonna happen. You guys
That's
having the top class in the nation. I'm
that was a
sorry, kid.
stretch. Dude,
Don't put that stress on yourself. Don't do this to yourself. That's never gonna happen. It's
speaking of
cold.
never gonna happen.
It's cold in Michigan.
Yeah, honestly, a little concerned because Carter Smith, Florida kid, Jaden, not Jaden Daniels, Jaden Davis, North Carolina kid, Brady Hart, Florida kid, coming north.
You guys used to joke about CJ being from California.
I know, I
And
know,
I just want consistency here. I
I
just
know.
want
It's fair.
consistency here.
Alex Orji's from Texas, so give him that.
We're in
But
Texas.
JJ's from Illinois. I know. I know.
Hmm?
Shay was down south.
Our lives are a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
All right. Speaking of losers, Urban Meyer's in the news. What's going on with this guy? Oh, that for a segue.
That's one of your best ones. That was one of your
Thanks,
best
pal.
ones. I like that. It's messed up, but it was funny. All right, so what were you saying?
Urban Meyer, guy just can't get out of the spotlight. He's giving and gabbing. What did he say? He had comments about
Well,
the 2024 team, and then you said ex players speaking out on them too.
yeah,
What's
man.
going on?
So let's start with the negative first. So there's been, and I'm not gonna give their names out. I don't want to give these guys any publicity on our platform, our large platform here at the SBS.
Yes.
But they're coming out talking about stories about Urban Meyer and like one, I think he was gonna throw something at him and never did. He just went away laughing like a JA that we know Urban is, and you know I'm happy that people are coming out and they're talking about our Buckeye coaches like Chip Kelly, and they're talking about Urban Meyer, and they're talking about Ryan Day. And I noticed, Bryce, people hate our success and they hate our coaches' success. They hate. And then by the way, the guy that was talking, I've never heard of him in my life. He wasn't. He it ain't Tim Tebow talking. It ain't Percy Harvin. It ain't uh Jeffrey Demps. So I
Ooh,
mean,
good pull. Jeff Demps. Yep.
yeah,
Who's the
Jeff
other guy?
Demps,
Chris Rainey?
Chris,
Those
yeah,
two?
Chris Rainey. Yep.
Nice throwback.
Who was who was that white receiver's name?
Riley Cooper.
Yeah, Riley Cooper was on the team. He was a good player. Brandon Spikes. But no, man, I think that's really corny when players do that. Like the LaShawn McCoy and them, I think that's really corny. When you come out almost what 15 years later plus, and you're talking about these coaches, like what is Urban Meyer going to go to jail for attempt like acting like he's going to throw a water ball at you?
Probably not. Not in Columbus.
I mean, come on, man, he's done way worse things. So like I just and I don't know why people are so surprised when they hear these stories about Urban Meyer.
Yeah, I mean, watch the Swamp. What was
I
it Swamp
what
Kings? Remember
like
that? Did you watch that?
what? Yeah, I
Swamp
watched it.
Kings?
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, like he's a nut. He's a maniac,
When
but
people show you
it
who they
works.
are, when people show you who you are, believe them. Believe them.
Yeah.
And Urban Meyer wants you to believe him. He
Yeah.
wants you to. So, but also but let's get to the I guess not really positive, but he said that this is the most talented team since the 2014 team. Jim Tressel came out and said he's never seen this much great talent on one team.
High praise.
I love it.
Do
You know,
you?
I'm not gonna shy. I'm not shying away from this pressure. I'm not. And Ohio, I was on the phone with Lawson the other day, and we were talking about this, and he agreed with me. I said, dude, like since 2002, it's been nothing but pressure in Columbus. I mean, think about the expectations we had when Terrell Pryor was there.
Wait, you
Think
said
about
since 2002?
no, yeah, since we beat Miami
Mm,
and
got it. Got it.
ended their program and sent it to the high heavens.
Yeah, you did do that. I hate to say that. You
And
did.
we did,
Sorry, Hurricanes.
we did to Clemson, and we did to Clemson. But
Let's see what happens with that before I say that. But yeah, you guys effectively ended Miami's program.
yes, and I
That was
love
wild.
saying it. I love saying it, and
Sorry, Canes.
I'm not sorry at all. But you think about that. I mean, the I mean, heck, 2006 expect like championship year. The next year we went back to the national championship. After that, lost to LSU. Then you get Terrell Pryor coming in, one of the greatest recruits of all time, basketball, football combined, and he's our quarterback. And we didn't win a championship with him, but then you get Bryce. Expectation and pressure has been in Columbus my whole life. This is nothing new. I think people are just surprised by how bold Ohio State as a community has been about
Mm-hmm.
this team and our expectations. I think it's because we don't shy away from it. I think for a long time, Michigan fans like shy away from. There was a time where I think we cared more about the rivalry than you guys, and I think a lot of Michigan fans and as a program and institution, they shied away from football and making it the number one thing.
Yeah, we
Ohio
had a lot of
State,
basketball success over those down years, so we called ourselves basketball. But yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no, sure.
even though you never got a natty out of it, but
We did
probably
2013. The
probably got
block was
cheated.
clean.
Probably got cheated. You get cheated.
Me too.
But I just and I'm happy about who it came from. And I hope Brian Day heard that. I hope he takes that in and I hope he harvests what those two coaches said. Those are the two greatest coaches in Ohio State history. I love I'm sorry, I love Woody. I love Woody Hayes. Those are the two greatest coaches in Ohio State history.
Yeah, I don't think that's too hot of a take.
No, not
I
at
just
all. Not at all.
no. The pressure, man, that puts on old beanbag Ryan Day.
I love it. I
All
love it.
right. Okay.
I mean,
Good.
hey, I mean this, I'm excited for him. Sometimes it take coaches 9 years to win a national championship. I'm hoping that Ryan Day is not one of them. I hope he gets it in this was fifth year. That's when Kirby Smart got his first. And I don't know if you remember all the conversations around Kirby Smart, Bryce, before he got that first natty. They're saying he can't win big games. That's what they said about Kirby Smart. So and they're saying the same thing about Dan Lanning. I Ryan Day and listen, man, those are two coaches I believe that are going to break through. I think Ryan Day's going to break through this season. I think Dan Lanning is not far behind him. But no, man, I'm happy these coaches said that.
Who is Big Game Boomer posted his top 10?
Why?
I'm just because I want to give him credit, but we don't need to look at what he said. But if
Okay.
you're going to give me top 5 coaches with the most pressure, not the hot seat, but just the most pressure to win, who are your top 5?
Dabo Sweeney at 1.
What? Whoa. Okay.
Listen, I know he has 2 natties. You don't get to fall off like this after 2 natties. You don't. You have this. Show me why you're a good head coach. I'm still waiting for the 30 for 30 to come out with this show that they were doing something legal, but we'll talk about that another
Agreed.
day.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think it's going to come out
100%.
sometime. But
So since the Natty, he lost in 19, so won in 18, lost in 19. Then he went 10-2, 10-3, 11-3, 9-4. So it's
it's
one.
a decline. It's a decline.
It is. The trend line is going down. Okay. All right. Wow.
And so I would say Ryan Day number 2. Not a hot seat, but it's pressure. And you know what? And when you take the job, like he said, when you take that job, you know it's pressure. You know it. So it's not surprising for him. Number 3. Mike Loxley.
Oh wow, this is a good list. Okay.
Number 4. Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5. Dillon.
Okay. That's a good list. I don't
Mm-hmm.
Loxley, I don't think it's a program that puts enough pressure to be top 10 anytime.
I think there was a quote. I wish we could. I wish there was I had it pulled up. There was a quote about Maryland talking about how they have had some of the best talent in the Big Ten, but for some odd reason it just doesn't work out. I would argue over the past few years, Maryland has had I don't say Michigan, top five talent in the Big Ten easily, easily.
Yeah.
I think the problem is they've been in the Big Ten East, but
Yeah, fair. Fair.
I mean they've been putting players in the draft. They've been doing
Yeah.
that. So
But you're in the yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't have Dabo top
hmm.
five. I didn't have Loxley. I had
He's my
Crystal
you
also.
know what? I'm sorry. Let me switch two people. Put Dabo at five because he has two daddies. Put
Billy Napier's got to
put
be on this list.
Billy's not on there for me. He's not on there for me.
Six
I
and
I think
seven, five and seven.
I mean, all right, to my boy AC, I mean this with I do not mean any harm to you when I
Uh-oh.
say this. Who do Florida fans think they are? That program you had with Urban Meyer, that's long and gone. That's over with. That's in the ether. That's done. I
Yeah, it's
I
shocking how.
don't go around thinking about Florida. I only watch Florida because they play Georgia.
Yeah, yeah. You look back. Myers last year was 10. Will Muschamp came in 4 seasons. Jim McElwain, Dan Mullen went 10-3, 11-2, and got fired after going 8-4, which is one of the worst. That was over COVID too. That was one of the worst
Yeah,
firings
it
of
was
that
horrible.
season. Oh no, he got fired in 21. I'm sorry, went 5-6. So never mind. He didn't get fired during COVID. And then Billy Napier's gone 6-7, Las Vegas Bowl loss, and then 5-7. So
So what are your expectations of him?
you're Florida. You're supposed to be the program in a
Florida is
talent-rich state. I
Florida.
know, I know. You got Florida State, but Florida. Florida has
Florida is
just
when
Florida
I
State
think
won.
of Florida. When I think of the state of Florida football, they aren't even. It goes Florida State. No, it goes Miami, Florida State, then Florida.
Wow. Okay. I would, yeah,
I
I
think
would reverse that,
I
but
think if UCF played Florida today, they beat them.
yeah, probably.
I truly believe that.
Um, yeah, no one cares about our takes on Florida, but yeah, that's interesting. I think I'll bring it back around. Ryan Day's number one, and
No,
I
I
think,
understand that. Yeah.
yeah, I think I get what Herbs is saying, but he's put a lot of pressure on his protege. We'll
You
see.
you you don't think Ryan man, you don't think Gene Smith and Ryan like he's gone now. You don't think Gene Smith and Ryan Day had those conversations? He is not there's nothing new to it. Even when he was a QB coach and OC, if you're in those meetings with Urban, you understand the pressure there is at Ohio State, and it's there every year, every year.
It is, but this year's got some juice. Again, and we've been talking about
It's
this since February,
I've been
since
thinking about
January 11th.
I've been thinking about this since 5 minutes after your natty win, since Quinshawn Judkins committed. So I've been thinking about it for a long
After
time.
our what win?
Hmm? Hello? Okay.
Hey, also Caleb Downs wants to play running back.
I'm not
And
surprised.
these are the rumors.
No, so Ryan Day said before, when he came to come to Ohio State, him and Downs had that conversation. That basically like Downs came to him about it. He wanted to have the chance to play offense. Um, I'm not surprised if Ohio State's running back depth this year isn't that deep. So I'm not surprised by that. Also, Caleb Downs did do punt return for Alabama. If you ever seen his punt returns, the kid's electric. He
Mm-hmm.
knows how to run the ball in his hands. And if we're just being honest here, if Caleb Downs wanted to, do you not think he could be one of the best backs in the nation?
Yeah,
If
he's
he
a freak
really,
athlete.
he
Yeah,
like it's so I understand. I don't think it's something that they're like, oh, he's gonna get 5 carries a game. No, but
guys are really light at running back. After you get
yeah,
once you get to three. Wow, I
yeah,
didn't realize that.
yeah. That I think I've said on the show before. I've stressed the running back depth going into
Oof.
next year. Yeah.
So you needed the
That's why I
bowling ball
said we're
number
taking.
three.
That's why I said we're taking three. We're trying to take three backs in this draft, as they said they're trying to.
Yeah.
So yeah, the depth is it's gonna be a really young room next year.
Yeah.
But
Wow. Dude, he's going to be a starting safety, right?
who
Downs.
are you really asking me that?
Well, I'm asking pointed towards the question of like, why would you, if you want to put him at slot or maybe get him going in motion and catching the ball out of the backfield, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's too important to the team to.
Was Charles
I don't know.
Woodson
I
not
never
important?
understand.
Was Charles Woodson not important to the
Well,
team?
Charles Wilson lines up on the outside and he can run a post route or a
But
slant
yeah,
route.
but I get that. But
But a
all
halfback
right,
dive,
wait. They're not going to like ram him up the middle, Bryce. He's gonna probably do sweeps, screens, things
yeah,
like that
yeah,
out the
okay,
backfield.
that makes more sense
So
then.
and I don't find that as dangerous as
No,
I think there was like 6 games where Chris Gamble didn't come out of the game. He would do punt return, kick return, offense, defense.
mm,
I don't think he
Chris
came up with the
Gamble.
Miami game.
Yeah,
So I mean, some guys are special like that. And Caleb, I think, and the fact that Caleb Downs wants to play offense, that means he's willing to do whatever for this team,
yeah, I'd
whatever.
say
Because
so.
he doesn't have to play running back. He doesn't have to say he wants to do that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, we'll be. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, special talent. Got to get him on the field if you can.
Oh, for sure, dude. I
You're gonna hate the comparison, but a lot like Brill Peppers when
he's
it comes to like offensive.
Whoa. Jabril Peppers is not Caleb Downs. I promise you that. I
How
promise
you
you that.
can't even say you haven't
Yes, I
watched this
can.
guy play a snap of real football in Scarlet and Gray yet.
That I don't have to. I've watched him. I've watched him play
Oh
football
my
already.
gosh,
Have you watched him play football? I've watched him play football.
I did. I did. I watched him in the Rose Bowl.
Oh, that's good for
It
you.
was sick.
He played great. What I'm saying to you,
But
Bryce, with when those drives when you guys had 3 drives where you guys went back to back stuffed, and he was the one who made the tackle on every single drive to make you guys go to fourth down and punt. So
I
he's
love
a
it. We're still
dog.
talking about that game.
Yeah,
6 months later.
well, because you brought it up.
It's
But
perfect.
no, no, Jabril Peppers is not this guy. Now I understand what you mean by what they do. But Jabril Peppers is nowhere near as electric as this guy. Nowhere
I'll
near
never
as
understand your hate for Jabril.
because
I don't get that.
I hate he's not confident. He's a cocky pos, and I couldn't stand before halftime. Before halftime, he's sitting there yapping and jawing, and then we came out in the second half and put foot. You know the rest.
I think he had a pick. Second half of that game, played fine.
You know your team got thracked. And he was, oh no. And I remember the play when Curtis Samuel runs all the way to the right, buses and runs
Ah,
back to the
yeah.
left. Don't forget also when JT Barrett out stiff armed him and outran him. We were on his head in that second half.
And yet he was still short.
And he's a
Um,
bust.
he's not a bust. He's not. He's a starting safety for the Patriots. He's still in the league.
He's a what do you call it, vagabond. He's a journeyman. He's a hermit crab. That's what he is.
I think he's played for 2 teams. So I don't know how you could say that.
I'm pretty sure he's played for 3.
Got drafted by.
Never made it all pro. I don't think he's been to maybe he's been to 1 Pro Bowl, maybe if he's lucky.
And everyone's been to a Pro Bowl nowadays.
Not him.
So if guys sit out, let's see. Oh, 3 teams. Giants. Oh yeah. Browns, Giants, Pats.
Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, the guy's been in the season for or been in the league for 7 seasons. It's gonna be 8 seasons now.
Which is something to applaud.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, wrapping up here. You put Chris Partridge. I think that's a very interesting development, interesting story here, and the
Yeah.
implications that can bring to this. So,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Mars, Harbaugh's lawyer during the whole thing, is now representing Chris Partridge, the former linebackers coach, right? Linebackers
Yep,
coach, yeah.
linebackers coach.
And got canned without full investigations. And so the interesting part of this, there's probably multiple interesting parts, but the interesting part of this is this something that can come back in old Wardy boy's face and blow up in his face?
I hate how you guys treat him.
Who?
I've been
Ward?
very I've been very vocal about Ward because of the I've said I think he should have been fired by now just based off of baseball, hockey, basketball, etc. Right? Things have happened under your watch, like your coach punching another coach. Like that's happened under your watch. Fake COVID cards. That's happened under your watch. Uh like what are we talking?
Alleged.
No, it
Alleged.
happened. That's why there was
Did
suspension. They
it?
fired the coach. So
Yeah.
this isn't a good look, Ward. This isn't a good look. And so and I feel bad for the guy, but I think you guys give him a lot of hate that's undeserved. And I hate that there's this narrative out there that Harbaugh would have stayed. I hate that narrative. He was gone. And
We don't
everyone
know
knew it.
that. We do not know that.
Can you provide a Super Bowl? The University of Michigan. Can you provide a Super Bowl? The answer
No,
is
I mean
no.
there's always going to be the pull, but I don't think that means he wanted to. He was set in stone that after that final whistle
He
blew.
flirted for 4 years straight and lied to your face and said he'd never do it again and kept doing it and then he left.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well for his cause there. That's a bit frustrating. But no, man, it's the Partridge thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I've said all along. I think firing without investigations is always a mess. I
Yeah.
think I think there can be suspensions. I think firing is a dangerous move that has legal ramifications down the road. And I don't know what's come of it. I don't have all the facts. I don't know
Well,
what
I think
the
in this. Well, this is interesting because, like, me being like me priorly being an HR person. I think in the state of Michigan, your jobs don't have to say why they're letting you go. They don't have
at
to
will. Yes, is
at
what
will.
the yeah, no, for sure. But when it comes to something like this, the job in the spotlight
is this
is
against
much.
Ward or the University of Michigan?
Yeah, well, exactly. I don't know. I don't know who makes those calls. Who's that really come from?
Yeah,
The whole thing was a mess. So,
and there's still a mess to come.
oh yeah, is the hammer gonna drop soon?
I didn't say a hammer. I didn't say don't. This is
Is
our
it just a
show.
little? Is it a slap?
This is our show. Don't put other people Buckeyes words in my mouth.
All right. What
I'm
are
not
you? How
calling it
would
a
you find it?
hammer.
What is it? Is it
I
a
don't want to go.
gentle caress? Is it a backhand? Is it a
quick little
nudge?
pow pow. Just a quick little pow pow.
Oh, okay.
Just a
So
quick little.
nothing.
You might come out with a black guy. You might come with a busted lip, but just a little pow pow.
Okay. All right. So no hammer. No hammer. You're just saying.
Your girl. You get beat up in front of your girl. She might not think of you the same, but it's just a little pow pow. Nothing crazy.
Get away with words in today's episode, my friend. You're just a freaking poet today.
I try my
A
best, man.
lyricist.
And I promise you, it's not to stock the bar. It's just me today.
Yeah. Oh well. Go get stocked the bar. Awesome.
Oh,
All right.
by the way, Bryce, 1 second.
Uh-oh.
It was yesterday, but just real quick for all my people. 1 second here. Happy Juneteenth. For all my
There you
people.
go.
There you
We're
go.
recording on Thursday, June 20th.
We're a day late, but this is when we record, everybody.
That's right. That's right. Well said.
And we are not a political show, so don't. We're just two guys talking football. That's all.
Talking ball, baby. All right. Go blue.
OH.